hits the jackpot this time.
What's up, YouTube? It's Josh Got Kicks, and today's video is gonna be a story time. You already know what it is by the title, but yeah, it's gonna be a story time on the time how I got shot right here in my arm. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video. So we gotta backtrack to June, the last summer, June 2019. There's a graduation party hosted by 3 boys that I knew. Everybody was going to this party. The party was gonna be lit. We already knew it. But I also had this 6-week internship that I was supposed to take up in the summertime. You know, as a job or whatever. It's a paid internship. The day of June 28th, this happened June 28th, 2019. So I had a meeting for that internship hours before the party. I don't even know how long that meeting was. It might have been an hour or two. I'm not even sure. But it wasn't in the city that I lived in. It was in like the town over. So when I had got back home, I don't even know if I rushed or not to get dressed. But all I know is I came home, you know, we got ready for the little party or whatever. And then I had met up with my friend because, you know, me and my friends all live close or whatever. Hold on, I gotta drink my tea because, you know, the virus outside or whatever. But nah, I had met up with my friend, and then we was all supposed to go to the party together. So I think I had went to my friend's house that night, and then it was 5 of us all together. I was the only boy in that whole group. I was the only boy. So we walked to the party because the party wasn't that far from us. It was literally like a few blocks away from us. So we walked to the party, got to the party, you know, got the little hand stamp on my hand. The party was in the backyard. Keep in mind, the party was in the backyard. So the backyard wasn't even that big to host like a lot of people. So when we got there, I don't know if the party was packed already or not, but the party did get super packed pretty fast. We in the backyard, you know, we having fun. It's mad hot back there. It felt like hell back there. I was sweating. I had on a pair of jeans with rips in it. I was still hot. I had on this mess t-shirt, still hot. So me and my friends, you know, we would go back and forth in and out the party, you know, to get some air real quick. I think they had to get some wraps because they were smoking or whatever. And then they got ice cups and all that other stuff. So then we went back inside the party, you know, had our little fun. They got the drinks, we got the drinks, we all got drinks or whatever. So what else happened? Yeah, we having fun, you know, music playing, you know, dancing or whatever. Bang, 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 bang. I remember we had went back outside the party because we was like, oh, it was too hot. So we was about to go home. But for some reason we never went home. And I just knew at that point that last time that we went out the party, we should have went home, but we didn't. So we go back inside the party. We was planning on going to Roddy that last time we had exited the party. We supposed to go to Roddy. I don't know why we didn't go. Oh, I think we all came to the agreement that Roddy was too far, and I was like a long walk or whatever. We went back inside the party. Then this is where stuff get real at. My friend, she got I don't know if it's her sister or stepsister, whatever it is, her friend, whatever it is. She had came inside the party and told us that people was about to start, you know, shooting or whatever, letting it off. So she was like, oh, y'all better leave now. They about to start shooting. In my head, I'm like, damn, shooting? Like, that ass, shooting? But then, like, that's something that's highly expected in my city, like, where I live at. That's when we really, really decided to leave the party. Like, we was, like, set on leaving that party. So then, we was all like, oh, yeah, we leaving. We definitely leaving. So we get to the gate. We start walking. And June 28th, that's around, like, 4th of July season. So, you know, people start playing with firecrackers or whatever at that time. One of my friends, my best friend, she in front of me. I believe I was in the middle and our other friend, she was behind me. So, you know, my best friend, she walked out the party first. So it was like, she saw whatever, everything happened first before I did. Cause, you know, she was in front of me, but I was like literally right behind her though by a few feet. And, you know, we was all still together though. So then I hear something that sounded like firecrackers. I'm like, oh, that's just firecrackers. Speaking of my best friend, she had called me. But anyways, we was leaving the party. We was all like, we wasn't close, but we was all in close vicinity. So I heard something that sounded like firecrackers. I'm like, oh, it's just firecrackers, you know. I ain't really think nothing of it. But then I heard firecrackers, and then I just felt this sensation in my arm. I seen my best friend duck. Like she was behind the car, so she had ducked, and that's when I was right behind her, and then I felt that sensation. Mind you, I'm walking across the street. Somehow, I don't know how my arm got like this, but all I remember was me looking at my arm like this, and I saw just a big hole. It wasn't a big hole, but it was a hole. It was probably like this big in my arm, if I'm not stretching it. It was probably like that big in my arm. So I'm like, oh. All three of us ran inside the backyard across the street from the house where the party was at. So we was like, oh, and then that's when we came to a conclusion what had happened. Me and my friend both had got shot. So we was like, oh. I'm like, oh, call the cops. My friend like, no, I'm not calling them. I'm like, what you mean you're not calling them? So then, I don't know what made me do this, but I called my mother, right? I was so scared to call my mother. I didn't know what she was going to do, say, or whatever. I don't even know if that's the first person I called, because I remember calling my cousin too, and she didn't answer. So I'm like, what I'm going to do? I'm over here shot. I got a bullet in my arm bleeding. I don't know if I'm going to die or not, because like, I remember calling my cousin, my uncle that lived upstairs from me, and I called my mother. And the only person I answered was my mother. Thank God for her, because I don't know what I would have did. But I remember calling her, and I was like, Ma, I think I just got shot. She was like, what? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Where you at? So then she had hung up on me. I'm like, are you serious? What are you hanging up for? What I'm going to do? You got me out here shot. I got a bullet in my arm. I don't think she answered her phone like twice. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? So then she finally had answered. I guess she didn't know what to do herself either. So then she finally answered. I'm like, Mom, why would you hang up? I'm just walking. I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, Mom, I'm about to walk home. So I guess she's putting on her clothes. The party, I told y'all the party wasn't that far from my house. So I'm walking home. I'm still on the phone with her. I didn't hang up at all. I stayed on the phone with her until I got in that car with her. So then, it was another two of my friends while I'm walking. They had came up to me. They was like, who just got shot? I'm just looking at them. I don't know if I was on the phone yet or not, but I was just looking at them. I ain't say nothing. And then I just kept walking because I'm like, I just got shot. I just kept walking. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I just kept walking. I ain't say nothing to them at all. I just looked at them in their face like, I just kept walking. Anyways, blood dripping on my pants, my shirt. Blood just all on me. Walking home. So I finally met up with my mother. She had met me right by our house. I walked super fast. I got to my house within 5 minutes. I walked super fast. I don't be playing.
These long legs, they gonna get to work.
I get in the car with her, you know, we driving. So then I don't know what was said in the car. I really don't know what was said in the car. I just remember this was my stance the whole time. This is how my arm was the whole time. So I'm in the car. I tried to move it. I heard I don't know if it was my bones or what, but I heard something like crack. You know how when you crack your bones, you hear that? Ew. That's what I heard in my arm. So I'm like, oh, heck no, this hurt. Nope. Take him to the ambulance, take him to the hospital. So we finally get on this main strip. We get on Ocean. And then we see the ambulance going up the block where it happened at, where I had got shot at. So I'm like, Mom, get out the car, get them. So she like, no, blah, blah, blah. So she had rode up the block. And then we both got out the car, and I don't know if it was a police driver or I don't know if it was a police officer or a paramedic, but she alerted one of them that I got shot. And then they already had the scene taped off already. So one of the officers, he had helped me. I remember going under under the tape or whatever, the crime scene tape or whatever. And I was like, I remember asking him, I was like, am I gonna be okay? I looked him in his face, I was like, am I gonna be okay? He was like, yeah, you should be. And then that's when he walked me to the ambulance. I got in the back of the ambulance. Hopefully my first and last time in the back of an ambulance. It's not wrong with it, but like, I just never been in an ambulance before. My mother got in the ambulance with me too, after a while. So when I got in the ambulance, everybody was outside just looking. Everybody outside from the party was just looking. And I remember seeing one of my friends, I looked at her in her face, I'm like, I just was looking at her face. She looked at me, she looked sad as hell. Yeah, I'm in the ambulance. One of my friends gonna text me, he was like, who got shot? I'm like, me. He like, stop capping. I'm like,
see, I ain't finna do this.
in my head, I'm like, why the hell would I cap? Why would I lie about getting shot? So I'm like, I think I said for real, I'm like, that ass or some shit, like something like that. I didn't know what in the world was gonna happen to me. I was like, Ma, could you hold my hand? Could you hold my hand? She held my hand. I'm asking the paramedic in the back of the ambulance with me. I was like, am I gonna be okay? Do I have to get needles? How long is it gonna take? He was like, oh, it shouldn't take that long, blah, blah, blah. Man, I get to the hospital. They put me in a room. What happened after that? After they put me in the room, I think it took them a while for them to actually start working on me and, you know, stuff like that. The lady had came to get my insurance cards and all that other stuff. I'm like, why do y'all even need this? I'm over here shot and y'all bugging my mother for some insurance cards. Like, are you serious? You can't wait until all this, like, over or whatever. Then they had to eventually stop me from bleeding. So I think they took one of the little plastic wraps wrapped around my arm to stop the circulation or whatever they did in my arm. They stopped the bleeding. Then that's when the real pain came. I was in so much pain. I don't know how I tolerated that pain. None of the meds was working. Well, I don't think they had administered me medicine yet. But if they did, it definitely wasn't working at that point. So they took me to get x-rays, and this was the worst part of it all. They took me to get x-rays, and I was in so much pain. I'm crying like,
oh my God, this really hurt.
Basically, the bone that was fractured, it's a bone. I think the fracture, I don't know if it's, yeah, it's like right here. I think my bone got fractured or whatever. So they told me, oh, my bone was fractured. So they had to, unfortunately, keep me in the hospital. I want to say overnight, because I got to the hospital like 12 a.m. and I didn't leave until 5 p.m. that same day. So if you want to call it overnight, then whatever. But they did have to take the bullet out of my arm. They had numbed my arm. I don't know if you can see that, but this is where the bullet came out at. And this scar, I'm gonna get to the scar later. I didn't feel them take the bullet out. The only thing I did feel was when they stitched my arm back up. I felt that. Did it hurt? I don't think it really hurt it. But I'm the type of person I am. I don't like needles. I don't like none of that type of stuff. I don't even know how I got a tattoo. Like, good stuff. They was like, oh, they're gonna keep me after night. They're gonna keep me, overnight to see if anything changes. And if anything had changed, to see if the swelling went down. And if the swelling didn't go down, I would have to get surgery. Thank God I didn't have to get surgery that day. But I did have to get surgery like a month later after this incident happened. So I'm gonna fast forward to when I got home. Well, when I was getting discharged from the hospital. So I got discharged from the hospital, went home, blah, 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 blah. I was mad high. I am not finna sit up here and lie. I was high. Like, high. Like, crackhead high. That's how high I was. But, yeah. I don't know what I think they gave me Percocets. And I had got some morphine. I think that's what they had gave me. I get home. I don't know what I did when I got home. But I remember, I don't know if it was the first day I got home or the second day. But this right here, this couch that you see behind me, this became my bed for like 2 whole months straight. had to walk around with my arm like this in a cast wrapped around right here.
Arm like this all day, 24/7.
Couldn't take it down or nothing because, you know, something could happen if I took it down. I had to get help washing, eating, going to the bathroom. I had to get help with all of that stuff. Like, all of that stuff. I wasn't independent at all. Like, at all. Mind you, I'm not even a righty. I'm a lefty. And the left arm is where I got shot at. So I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't write nothing. Thank God this kind of didn't happen during school. But then again, it kind of led up to school. So, yeah. I was going to my doctor's appointments, you know, had to get follow-ups and stuff, x-rays, all that other stuff. So I had went to this one doctor, and they had told me that I was going to need surgery. I'm like, I started crying in the doctor's office or some, you know, little boy stuff. I'm like, surgery? I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want to get surgery. Like, no. Like, nah. I don't want to go through all that. So then, I had got another choice from another doctor. I had went to another doctor. They wasn't talking surgery yet, but they was like, oh, we can see how it heals, and then blase blah. If it heals correctly, then you don't have to get surgery. Then I think I went to 3 whole doctors. This last doctor, shout out to him, Dr. Ryle. He was like, yeah, you gotta get surgery. I started crying again. I'm like, I don't want surgery. I really don't want surgery. Like, I really did not want to get this surgery, but I had to, because if I didn't, I would have been like this. Probably. I still probably would have been like this, or it probably would have been worse or whatever. So, yeah, I got the surgery. It was July 21st, I believe. The night before the surgery, I was up, like, basically all night. I got anxiety, so my anxiety through the roof right now. I'm just laying here on my couch, on my phone, watching whatever was on the TV at the time. So, yeah, I'm up all night. I'm like, oh, my God. When you get surgery, you can't eat past 12. You can't eat and drink, none of that. So, yeah, I couldn't do none of that. I was just laying here, waiting for the time, the time, you know, it was to leave to go get the surgery. We had left here about 5 or 6 in the morning, got to the hospital, had to fill out the paperwork. The process was pretty fast. So then they gave me a room. I had to change my clothes. I had to take off literally everything, no underwear, no nothing. Yeah, I had to take off all of that. Had to even put on a little shower cap or whatever. Then it was time for them to put the anesthesia in me. I was like, hell, I don't like needles, so that wasn't gonna work. So what they had to end up doing was taking me into the room. They laid me down they put me on a surgery table, and what I remember was they put something on my head, behind my head to, like, you know, for circulation and, you know, all that other stuff. They put something behind my head so I could, like, lay up properly. Then they told me put my arms like this. Then they put that mask over my face. I don't remember nothing from there. They was like, the anesthesiologist was like, what did he say to me? He was like, just breathe. After that, I literally don't remember anything after that. I remember waking up. I was in the hospital bed. They was wheeling me back to the room. I remember opening my eyes, looking where I was at. I think they was speaking to me. They was like, Joshua, wake up or something like that. And then I went back to sleep, I guess. And then I woke up. My mother was in my face. She was like, Josh, wake up. I was like, oh, what time is it? Then she gave me my phone, all that other stuff. I got dressed. We left the hospital. So fast forward 2 days after the surgery. A day after the surgery or 2 days after the surgery. I'm laying here on this couch. My mother sitting over there. She just, like, you know, supervising me. So I just felt the medicine wearing off. And after a few hours, oh, hell broke loose. I'm in mad pain. I'm like, oh my God, bro, what is going on? I'm just in mad pain. So I had to end up going back to the hospital. They checked me. They took another x-ray. Mind you, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get home probably till like 8 or 10 o'clock that same morning. I'm like, oh my god. If the lighting looks a little different, I had to switch to my iPad because yeah, I had run out of storage on my phone. So I believe I was at the part where I just keep running out of storage. My bad on that, you know, it's highly ghetto. But I believe I was at the part where the medicine was wearing off. I'm in pain. We had went to the hospital. Blah blah blah. Came home. The pain did go away, but I don't know what happened. It came back. So what happened was my mother called my the orthopedic doctor that did my surgery, and he was like, "Oh, just come to the office and we'll see. You know, we'll take a look at it." So they took a look at it. I think they fixed my cast. I think they had fixed my cast. I went home. The pain eventually did go away. I don't know what happened. I forgot. I think I was taking my medicine and stuff like that too. And I was also, you know, sleeping because they said sleep makes your pain go away. But it did make my pain go away because every time I woke up, I felt that pain. So I did forget to add how I had a job. The 6-week internship that I was telling y'all about. So the program is called All Stars. Shout out to them because, you know, they helped me during this whole thing. They helped me and my friend during this whole thing. I had to quit the job because I had to get surgery. And, you know, I can't work like it was already bad enough that I was working like this at the job, and it was a like computerized job. Like it wasn't much I could do. So what they did have me do while my 2 or a week that I was there, they had me stamping mail, and I was just sitting there bored all day. Basically, I had brought a book that I could read, and I would just wait until 5 o'clock. It was a 9 to 5 job, so I would just wait until I think it was 5 or 4. It was one of those. But I would just wait for my mother to pick me up. And then when she would pick me up, we would just go home. And I would repeat the process every day until it was time for me to quit. So that day came. It was time for me to quit. I went to work. And then, did I go to work? I'm not sure if I went to work that day that the doctor told me I had to get surgery or not. I can't remember. But the doctor told me I had to get surgery. So I just remember telling my the supervisor at the job.
I have to go. I quit. Getting surgery. Can't stay here. Bye.
Yeah, that was type heartbreaking because I had a good job and I was giving up a good job or whatever. I was like, damn. It wasn't nothing I could really do about it either. Now we could fast forward to like August and stuff when it's almost time for school to come back. Where I live, we go back to school in September. Usually other states, they go back to school like the end of August, you know, early August or whatever. So yeah, it was almost time for me to go back to school, and I was still in this cast at the time. So we had to go to my school so they could like make arrangements for me. So I couldn't walk the stairs. My school has an elevator. I couldn't walk the stairs. I couldn't write because keep in mind, remember this. It was my left hand that I got shot in. So I couldn't write, I couldn't walk the stairs, I couldn't participate in gym, which is kind of boring because in gym, I would have to either stay back or do nothing the whole time in gym. I'm mad bored, like take me out of this misery. They gave me a tablet to do my work on every day. I would take notes on that tablet. To be honest, the tablet, I ain't really like it. But deep down, I knew I could write. I knew I definitely could write. I just didn't want to because it was school. It's my senior year. Who want to do work? But now look at my senior year. It's trash. But that tablet, that whole lie about me not being able to write, it was just, I thought it would be beneficial to me. Like, I was trying to honestly get homeschooled, but the staff at my school didn't want me to get homeschooled because they was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the reason was, they didn't want me to get homeschooled. So, yeah, they made the accommodations for me. Then, school had actually came back around. I was healing. I started the healing process. I was healing better. I would, you know, do my daily doctor visits. Doctor told me I can go back to school. Just, you know, take the precautions that comes with it. You know, don't take the elevator or whatever. Don't do gym. School had came back. I don't know what day I went back to school this year. I can't remember. But it was the first day of school. Everybody was like happy to see me, I guess. So I'm sitting at the front desk, just looking at everybody coming, cause I'm usually the first one at school. I be there. I be at school, man, early, cause my mother dropped me off so she can go to work. Cause I don't like taking public transportation to school. So my mother had dropped me off to school. I'm the first one there. I'm just waiting on everybody to come in. I see everybody, you know, blah, 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 blah. Go to my first period class. I'm just quiet. I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there like this. My arm like this. I'm just waiting for the, you know, the day to start or whatever. It had came to a point where I had to start therapy. So I started my therapy. I will go to therapy about 3 to 4 times a week. It was lovely. Going to therapy was definitely lovely because it was lovely because I would get out of school. I would have 7 a.m. appointments. In my school, we don't start until 8 a.m. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great way to get out of school. I would be late to first period whenever I had those morning appointments. So if I had a 7 a.m. Therapy appointment, I wouldn't get to school until probably like midway first period, which would be, I wouldn't probably get there until like 8:30, 8:45-ish. And then by the time I did get to school, it was time to go to second period. So I'm like, oh yeah, and I hate my first period teacher. So that was definitely clutch. And then therapy, I will also have 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 to 5 p.m. appointments because therapy was an hour long. And I would just do exercises, you know, get my arm, my strength back together. I do still have complications with my arm. Like, I recently had to go back to therapy, like, maybe 3 months ago because I wasn't able to open jars. I guess, like, I'm still weak or whatever, like, my wrist, like, you know, I guess I'm weak in my wrist or whatever. But, yeah, they was helping me trying to get my strength back in my arm or whatever, all that other stuff. And, what else can I tell y'all? When this quarantine thing had, you know, first started, I was still in therapy. I had just ended my, sessions, like, 2 weeks into the quarantine because, you know, I was good. I felt like I didn't really need it anymore. So, yeah. Now that I look back, I just can't believe that this happened to me. Like, you just never know what can happen. That's why you gotta live every day for you and you only. This is why you can never give up. You just never know what happened. Like, God has an agenda for you, and like you just don't know what He has planned for you. So that's why you gotta wait. Like, you just gotta wait. Like, if you gotta take risk in life to see where you're gonna go, take that risk. Like, what's stopping you? Like, you just gotta live for you. Like, you gotta live every day in the moment for you. And that's that. Cause yeah, I could have possibly died on June 28th, but thank God I'm still here. I do have this scar. I have this scar, but it's alright. I'm still here. It's just a scar. Like, it's not my life that's taken away from me. It's just a scar. But yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I think I'm about to wrap this video up. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. My next video should be a story time too, hopefully. I'm going to be recording like 2 or 3 videos this week. I'm on the grind. I'm not stopping. I'm not letting up. 2020, the only way is up. And that's where I'm going. I'm just trying to shoot for the stars, just like Lil TJ said.
You feel me?
Thank you guys so much for the support. If you made it this far, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. See y'all in the next video. I'm out.